Hey, everybody. How are you doing? Let me see if I can see who's in here. Yanni, hey, how are you doing? My love. White Widow baby, love you. Debbie Nielsen, I love you. Let's see. I'm going to just do this. I recorded what my response is going to be to Jinkies because I didn't want to get upset and I didn't want to get emotional. And also, I don't know very well how to do a whole bunch of technical things or whatever. But if you're in here, just say hey. Let's see. Now I'm not good with read. Y'all know how I am about these chats. Oops. Hey, Zigzag. Let's see. Rita R, how are you? H. Davis, how are you doing? Sarah, hey. How are you doing, my sweet friend? River Mom, how are you doing? I'm trying to show the things. Let me see who's in here. Fonda Cheeseman, H. Davis again. Yes, you're blessed. Miss Chewy. Lucky Charms, how are you doing? I don't well, I hope everybody's having a good night. I hate that I have to even do this, but we all know. Well, we all know what's going on. But I'm going to try to keep my eye on the chat, and I know I have a lot of moderators in here, and I just want people to kind of try to be respectful if they can, as much as they can in the chat. And even I tried to be as respectful as I could. Hey, long cool woman, how are you doing? Lucky Charms, you're not feeling good? I didn't see that. I'll be praying for you to be healed in the name of Jesus. Did I say Lucky Charms? I just don't like to miss anybody, but anyway, I have it recorded, what I wanted to say, but there's a couple of things that I forgot to add in there, because, I was emotional. I'm not going to lie about it. Because for the last, as long as I've known them, as long as I've known Jinkies, I thought she was my friend. I didn't know she was running around talking bad behind my back. I could have never imagined it. And I know that nobody has ever seen me ever in another panel or another chat. Hey, Nora. Say anything about her. I know that because I know I haven't done it. So, and she said she was going to send me what I did or said, and I've never seen it. The only thing she did was address me publicly on Friday night, and it's taken me this long to even just make sure that I'm not upset enough to deal with this, because everybody knows what I've been going through, and my blood pressure's through the roof and all that kind of stuff. And before I get to the recording of the rebuttal of what I'm going to say, I'm going to address two things that she called me out on. She said, go take a handful of pills, not in the rebuttal, but on Daisy's, the not on Daisy's panel, the night that the she show went down. Um, she told me to go take a handful of pills, which I've never hidden the fact that, whenever I was diagnosed with lupus and all that, and I lost my mom, that I got sent to a pain specialist, and I did. I got hooked on pills there, but I've been off of them for over 10 years, and with the help of God, I've remained off of them, even grieving the death of my son. And I am so thankful for that. In the name of Jesus, I'm so thankful for that, because it would have been so easy for me to fall back into that, you know. And I really do try to stay out of everything. But y'all, I just am not going to allow somebody to disrespect me and go around telling lies on me. I am a Christian, but I'm not a doormat. So that's just how it is. And I'm proud of my testimony. So her attacking my testimony, well, she's going to have to deal with God on that one. And also, I want to say this. There are a lot of single mothers out there, Jinky. I was a single mother. I had 3 children and was divorced by the age of 21. And I did it with no child support. I did it with no help. I worked 2 jobs and that side hustle that I've talked about. And I'm not ashamed of any of that, because it was before I was a Christian, and I'm a different person now, even, but I had to do what I had to do to take care of my children. I didn't do anything illegal. And, I had 3 little children. And like I said, they were 3 and under, like doorsteps. So, I'm just saying, like, the innuendos about having to take care of children and all that stuff now, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, uh, your child's almost an adult. So, there's that too. But I did it when I was 21. So listen, if I could do it with 3, you could do it with 1. And I have always stood up for you, because it is hard to be a single mom. And I've always stood up for you. And I've got proof. See, I bring receipts. And I'm going to play something that I was taking up for you on my live. This is just one example, but I just bring receipts. And it was a year ago or better. And I mean, I was really taking up for Jinkies hard on this. And I'm going to play that. But also, I do want to say this, though, that Auntie Sherry took up for me the other night. And, she and Jinkies have been so close. And, even Aunt Sherry came up there and took up for me and said that she has never heard me ever say a negative thing about Jinkies. And we have talked a lot. I have talked to a lot of people on the phone, on YouTube, and on Messenger about, my YouTube friends on Messenger and whatnot. And I have never, ever, never, up until this last situation, because Jinky said we weren't going to talk about each other, but she couldn't even go 24 hours before she was up on it again. How'd you, sir? And I just, hey, Anita. And I don't even know which one what I should play first. Let's see. I'm going to play this first, the receipt. Okay, I'm going to play the receipts first. But I just want to say, Auntie Sherry's never lied to me. And I know that now a lot of people have come forth and told me that, she's been saying a lot of bad things behind my back for a while now, and I didn't even know it. And I was going over there and cheering her on and taking up for her. And I took a pretty long break off of YouTube, actually. Hey, Faded Jeans. Oh, thank you for subbing up. Thank you. Since I have such a tiny channel, as I was told the other night, which I don't mind. But anyway, I'm going to do this. Hold on. I'm going to play this. If I can. I got to put it on the StreamYard. Hold on. Okay. Before I do the other one. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. Hey, horsewoman. Did I say long, cool woman? I hope I'm saying everybody. It's so hard to keep up with the chat. Okay, here I am. I'm going to share this, and I want y'all to hear it, okay? Now, I'm talking about a little bit of other stuff before it. It was actually when, and I'm not going after Justin. This is not about him, but this is how long ago it was. And Justin had kind of gone after Christine, and I had kind of gone after him about that. So this is kind of what it's about, but it was going to, well, you'll see. So anyway, here's me never taking up for Jinkies. Like 17 when I started looking into this. I mean, not 17, 27. But seriously, like, I've looked at every possible angle, and I do mean every angle. I have looked at. This is about Summer, the neighbor across the street. Because I played some of this. Hold on. Y'all know in my about where the man was living in the basement. This is and I don't have. Hold on, I'm gonna push it up a little bit. They've been doing this their whole life. They can do it and worry about. We can just love both of them and be there for both of them. This must be about. She was not meant to expire, but she did because of some of the things she went through. And this is a very dark case. And there are so many people, so many men involved in this case. And that's why all of them are hush hush, and everything is being covered, if you notice. And you'll see that car guy was a red herring, you know. Oh, this he was pretty. Hold on, I got to go back a little bit because that was. And the rest of hold on, I'm sorry, y'all. I thought I had this ready right and here. Especially when you put 31 years in them. Not, it is. I mean, listen, it doesn't matter if you lose them in the womb, because I've certainly lost 2 in the womb, and I know that hurts like hell. And there's grief that comes with that, but there's also grief that comes when you've established a relationship with a child and you've poured out your heart, soul, and so many prayers and tears into that child, and your knees are worn out over that child, and so much of your time, you know, is consumed, especially as they get older. It's easy when they're little, you know, but as they get older and they start making their own decisions and you can't do anything about it, you know, then all we can do is get on our knees and pray, God, please, you know, it's right, help them find their way. And he is faithful, and he did that. And my son was saved. So I'm thankful for that. But at the same time, it still hurts he's not here. This is the live from a year ago. I apologize to anybody about that. Beautiful Sunflower and that Candy Girl 69, they were the main ones coming after me that day in the chat. This is from a long time ago, say, like I said. One of them, shame on you, because you said that you lost a son already. Productive. So I can't imagine that you'd come after another mother that's grieving. But this is not about this. I don't know if Beautiful Sunflower has ever had a child or not. I don't know. But I pray to God you never have to experience this, okay? Because believe me, your beautiful sunflower will wilt whenever your sunshine is taken away, okay? So I'm just going to tell you, I pray you never have to go through that. I pray nobody ever has to go through that. Nobody. Yes, they do. They need to keep Jinkies out of the middle of all this stuff, because she's going through enough right now. And I'm not going to talk about, I don't really know anything anyway. I just know that she is going through a divorce, and she does have a teenager. That's enough right there. And she runs her own business, and she has to get up early in the morning and go to work. Okay. And I'm just going to say that she has enough on her. She don't need nobody coming after her. Wow. Calling her out, saying things about her. Like, seriously, and trying to pull her in different directions. She's going in enough different directions, and she's going through. How horrible am I? Wow, I'm just a horrible, horrible friend. Enough hell of her own. So I just wish people would just put themselves in other people's positions. Really, I'm serious. Like, if you see somebody else going through something and they're going through a hard time, give them a break, because just what you do know, you know, you can say, God, that is bad. I wouldn't want to be going through that. And then have all these other people attacking me. But on top of that, think of the other stuff. Hey, usually it's just the tip of the iceberg that we see. This is from I know ago. If any, I'm sure Jinkies is probably like me in a lot of ways. Whenever anything that I let people see, trust me, it's the tip of the iceberg. And the rest of the time, it's way worse. It is. All right. That's just some receipts, okay? I just wanted to show y'all that because that is me all across the board since I thought I was friends with Jinkies, okay? I'm going to say thought because she was never my friend, obviously. But I'm going to play the recording now of her on Friday night and her 9 full minute rant about me, but told me never to come over to her channel again and never to come up on her panel again. And anyway, but yeah, I told her I wouldn't and I meant it, but she started this. She came from me. So here it is. It is what it is. Let me find it. Hold on. Hey, Gracie. I hope I'm seeing everybody. I know you do. I know a lot of y'all feel my pain because listen, there's one common denominator here, and it's Jinkies. I'm just saying it. It's true. Okay, so it is what it is, and I'm so sorry. But here we go. And listen, I could. Oh, I really. If I wasn't the same version of myself right now, this would not be PG. This would be. Mm-mm. But I tried to keep it as best as I could. As much as I was upset, I tried to keep it. I don't want to mess my testimony up, but I mean, I will. If it gets bad enough, I mean, I will slam down. I mean, I'm not kidding. Like the old me would have probably got in the car and drove my butt to Kentucky and got from South Carolina to Kentucky in about 5 hours or less. But that's not me anymore. But I mean, I'm not going to take it nobody calling me a liar and saying all these lies about me. I'm not. No, I'm a Christian, but like I said, I'm not a doormat. And the Lord said our enemies will become our footstool. So, yeah, I'll be praying for you, Jinx. Well, I'm going to share this. And we're going to go. It's showtime at the Apollo. I know it's not worth it, but got to take up for yourself. Hey everybody. This is pre-recorded because I've got to address some things and clear up some misconceptions and lies and really defamation of character. So I wanted to get on here and address something because on Daisy's panel the other night, I was asleep and I heard my name. And so that made me get up and come up on panel and try to address what all happened with Jinkies. And the fact of the matter is that I'm just going to start off and kind of give an overview. And so basically, I thought me and Jinkies were fine, for the longest time. I love Jinkies, and I, as everybody knows, would get up there a lot of times, and if Jinkies and Daisy were fighting, and Daisy would get upset and start fussing about Jinkies, I'd say, I love you, but I'm just going to drop down. And even Daisy would say, Sayla, if you want to drop down, because I know you don't like to get in the middle of me and Jinkies and stuff, because I would say straight up, like, I just love y'all both. And like, I would just pray for them, not to argue and fuss and stuff, because they're sisters. And I knew eventually they'd get over it. But, and so, like, I really cared about Jinkies a lot, And so this really hurt me more than anything, I think, because it just shocked me because evidently Jinkies wore a mask and she let it slip. And, you know, God also will allow something to continue for a season and then he will expose it and he will remove certain people out of your life for a reason, if they're not um, good for you and if they're not for you, you know. And I have always been for Jinkies, actually. I mean, I would really beckon one person to come here and to show proof of anything I've said in any other chat that has been negative about Jinkies. Well, with the exclusion of the other night on Matthews, after Jinkies basically addressed me and called me out singularly by name while I wasn't in her chat, by the way. But I found out about it and I went over there and rewound it. And I just did. I recorded the section that she addressed about me. She told me not to come on her panel anymore. In fact, on Daisy, she said, I tell you what, we don't have to be friends. And, um, if you don't say anything about me, I won't say anything else about you. But she couldn't even go 24 hours. And she had to address me while I wasn't on there. And she told me not to come to her channel or chats anymore. So I said, okay. And I agreed with her. I thought, well, that's just how it's going to be. Um, but for almost a year now, she's been talking about me behind my back, I found out. And nobody wanted to really say anything to me, I found out, because they, knew I was going through a lot, grieving my son. And, I did take quite a break off of YouTube. So I know she hasn't seen me in any other people's channels writing anything about her because I really don't go in other channels. I mean, I really don't. I pretty much stay. Y'all can see I haven't put much on my channel even. Um, and I've been on Daisy's and Jinkies, and those that were in Jinkies um, the time before last, I believe, or whatever. The last time I was in there talking, um, and Sherry was asking me to come up, with her. She said, put a link down. And she said very rudely, no, I don't want Sale to come up, And then she came later because I was typing in the chat, and trying to encourage her, about things she was going through, whatever. And then she was like, well, Sayla, I wasn't trying to be rude. I just didn't want you up here to get in the middle of this because, you get brought in the middle of stuff and, da, 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 da. Well, I didn't want to come up there because really I didn't want to be brought in the middle of that either because it really wasn't any of my business or concern. Because, I mean, I haven't personally had any firsthand dealings with any problems with anybody she was talking about necessarily. I was just trying to encourage her personally. Um, and, um, but it hit me when she said that. It just like kind of hit me. And I started thinking about things. And I had seen that post that she wrote about me being two-faced. Um, Not at the time that I was on Daisy's panel, I don't think, but later. And you know, I really wasn't even going to address it at all. I wasn't. Um, but it was with that live the other night, and then I got to thinking back because we were friends personally on Facebook. I mean, not her main channel, but her personal with her name, which I will not say because I just don't do that. I'm not that kind of person. But then I was questioning and doubting myself. I was like, well, maybe we weren't friends. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe she just took people off of YouTube and just, took them off of her private personal channel because of stuff that had been going on. And I didn't take it personal. I just said, well, it's probably something like that, because I do try to give people the benefit of the doubt, unless they just come right out, and say, hey, which I wish she would have done that. Like, I wish she would have come to me woman to woman, and been like, hey, you said this, and this is how it made me feel. Because we could have talked it out, because I didn't mean anything at all with what I said to Matthew on Daisy's panel that night. Nothing negative about her. He asked me, I believe, I'm just going off my memory, and I mean, truly, I've talked to other people and didn't say anything, just asked them what they remembered, because I want to make sure I'm remembering it right, but, Matthew is upset with me because I had said some negative things about him on Jinkies one night. And it's true. I did not see anything. I was just listening to other women. And, sometimes us women get wrapped up in some gossip. And I said a couple of things that I probably should not have said,
I love you.
about Matthew, because I did not see that, and I didn't know about it, because I would just kind of come on and off, you know occasionally.
Diamond.
So I had missed kind of the whole thing, and I was kind of not completely 100% sure of it, so I shouldn't have said anything. I should have, just kept my mouth shut about it until I talked to Matthew and found out his side of it. So that night on Daisy's, when they were explaining to me kind of what was going on and what had happened, and about him being doxxed, um, with his kids. Well, he's got children, and his address, I guess, got doxxed or whatever. And um, I think he asked me, where did I hear, or he heard me over there on Jinky's channel saying stuff. And then he reminded me of it. And anyway, and I said, well, you're right, Matthew. I apologize. Because, it is true. It would be hard for a man to gain control or custody of his children, you know, if he wasn't a good father. And so because most of the time the courts do give the children to the mother. So I just said, you're right, Matthew, and I'm woman enough to admit whenever I'm wrong, and I apologize. I shouldn't have said anything without knowing the whole entire backstory, and without, you know, talking to you and finding out, Um, and then if I thought those things about him, then I should have said something then if I wanted to. But I wasn't even like taking Matthew's side. I was just taking ownership of something I did wrong, because that's how I was raised, and that's how I've raised my children, and that's how I try to be, um, you know, as much as humanly possible. I mean, none of us are perfect, obviously, or I wouldn't have had to apologize to Matthew. And I will apologize to somebody if I hurt their feelings. All they have to do is say, hey, you hurt my feelings. Even if I don't think I hurt your feelings, I'll apologize because of how you took it, and I'll explain how I meant it, and maybe it would clear things up. But anyway, so the other night, Jinkies went live Friday night and said, and addressed me directly and said she hoped I heard it. Well, she got her wish because I heard it. And she told me don't say anything about her, but I'm going to just go through that and kind of deal with it piece by piece. And Jinkies, you can strike me if you want to, because I'm using your um, recording, because I don't pay for all this extra stuff. So I can't like cover up your face or anything. I can't cover it up and just play the audio. So I've just got to play it like it is, and it's for entertainment, fair use. And I'm just going to say that, I'm just here to explain my side, because if you're calling me a liar and you're calling me out, but you're not giving me the chance to respond, and, you know, I'm actually trying to, um, keep this civil and doing it on my own platform because I didn't want to come up there on your platform because you told me not to, and you wouldn't have let me up anyway. And if I had, if you would have just screamed over me like at Daisy's, and I didn't want that to happen. So I wanted a chance to just address this little bit by little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And you went on, and I didn't listen to any of it but this part that I've got recorded. So I don't even know what else went on. But it was almost 10 minutes worth of you addressing me. So hold on. I want to say this is fair use. And I do want to, hold on. Just want to put up my fair use disclaimer so that it doesn't hopefully get taken down. But Jinkies, if you take this down, then that just proves even the more that you're lying on me and that you are actually
Mm-hmm.
putting defamation against my character. And my best friend's husband is an attorney, so it wouldn't cost me $1 to put a lawsuit on you. And honestly, unless we talk and come to some kind of agreement, or you just keep my name out your mouth and I'll do the same, let this be the end. Let this just squash it, you know, because this has just gone way too far and it's not a good look. It's just not. And I try to live a peaceable life. That's what I want to live, a peaceful life. So anyway, I'm gonna um get to the meat of it.
Oh, oh.
Oops, I don't even know if y'all could hear me.
My moderators can take care of any problems in the chat if you want to. And if you
Okay,
strike me,
let's see if
Jinkies,
this
then that
works.
just
Hold on a
proves
minute.
all the more that I'm right. I've already shown
I am
proof
not tech savvy, so
on my
please
side.
forgive me. I'm having to do this kind of a janky way because uh, I have the free plan on StreamYard, and also um, it is I don't have the extras, and I'm not good with all this stuff anyway. Hold on.
And why are you coming in here? I didn't
Okay,
come in
so I
yours.
think
I
I've
gave you
got it.
that respect.
Let me go
You can't be the same way, though,
with
can
it.
you?
Let me go with it.
If she says anything else rude, just block her.
And I hope this gets back to her. It's just get here.
Oh, hold on, it didn't start at the beginning.
And I hope this gets back to her. It's just get here.
I hope she gets back.
I want to address Sailor Rose. And I hope this gets back to her. It's just get here. Back about 4 or 5 months ago, 3 or 4 months ago, I'm not sure. It was another time when me and Matthew had one of our hardcore battles on Daisy's panels. And the live has been took down. But during that time,
Also, I want to say it was more like about 8 months or a year ago, probably, if I'm not mistaken. And if I am mistaken, Daisy, if you see this, you can correct me. But because my memory really is crappy because of the things I've been going through. But anyway,
Sailor Rose, as she always does when there's a fight going on or an argument, she comes up and puts her nose in the middle of it.
and I don't do that. And I'm just going to be honest with you. And there are many people that can be my witness because they've called me. But there have been she shows going down on Daisy's, and she's been attacked up there, being attacked up there, not by Jinkies, by other outside people. And I would be dead asleep in the bed, but I sleep with headphones on because my husband snores. And so there are at least 2 or 3 people, maybe 4, that uh, would call me and get say, please, as an emergency, can you come up there, because Daisy's being attacked, and I would come up there because you know I love Daisy, and I'm not going to let other people come up there and just attack her. And I try to handle it in a way where it kind of calms things down most of the time, And anybody that is in Daisy's chat, I mean, they know me. I mean, y'all know me. So, I mean, yes, I'm not perfect. I've definitely said things and mean things about, especially PG probably. But other than that, I don't really think I say much about anybody. In the past, when she's had problems with people, yes, I have come up there, and sometimes I've just seen it on my own and just happen to catch it, and I'll go up there and help her, but never. In fact, whenever, and Daisy is my witness, and she even said it on her live the other night. For the longest time, I would say, "Oh, if you and Jinkies are gonna go at it, or if you're gonna talk, like get flustered at Jinkies because they're sisters, I would just be like, um, I don't want to get in the middle of that, because I love y'all both. That I promise my right hand to God, that is what I said every single time. And I would pray for them to not be arguing anymore because I love it when everybody got along and we all had fun together, you know? And I have been there for Jinkies plenty of times when she's been going through stuff, trying to encourage her, including the night that she was rude to me.
She proceeded on apologizing
I don't know why it's doing like
to
this.
Matthew, and
Yes, I apologize to Matthew.
telling Matthew that she's sorry that she believed me over him.
I did not say I believed Jinkies over him. And if I did, honest to God, I don't remember it. I am like 99.9% sure I did not say that. I mean, and if I did and that hurt your feelings, I am sorry. I didn't mean it that way. I meant I didn't know the back or context of the story. And I personally shouldn't have said bad things about Matthew. That's what I apologized about. Like I said.
I know. I was
So,
just being
you
bride,
know,
widen,
I do not
covering my
believe
butt.
I said
I know I didn't say
anything
it.
like that.
I know
I
I
don't
didn't
believe
say
I
it.
said I believed Jinkies over you or you over Jinkies or anything like that. I wasn't even like I was just apologizing for what I did, my part of talking about him.
And just totally going along with the bashing at that time. Now, this has been months ago.
Didn't bash.
She was totally going along with the bashing.
Never bashed.
And I typed in the chat. I forgot about this last time she was on panel because I was totally just thinking about who I was arguing with. She come up last night to come at me.
And again, she was totally consumed by who she was arguing with or whatever she said just now. There's one common denominator here, Jinkies, and that's you. You argue with everybody. I mean, literally everybody. Look at how many people you have argued with over the last just, I don't know, well, excluding Daisy because y'all are sisters, but you know what I mean. Like all these other things. And I don't know the backstory of none of that stuff, and I don't want to know. I don't want to be brought in the middle of it. And you tried to come back later and say you didn't want me to be brought in the middle of it or whatever, but you didn't care about me at that point because you came on Daisy's the other night and you made that evidently clear. Everybody heard every single thing that you said that was in that chat. And I know Daisy's made it private now, but those of y'all that were in there, y'all know what I said and y'all know what she said. And I am not telling a lie. She basically came up there and said she did unfriend me off of Facebook because she got her feelings hurt because of me apologizing to Matthew. And like I said, I just took my accountability as a woman and I apologized to him. And
Yes, diamonds. Yes. You can drop.
So that's that. And I just I don't even understand where all this is coming from with her. I don't, you know? And I even blamed it on menopause, and everybody was like saying that's not menopause. Well, I mean, it could be menopause mixed with some other things. I mean, I don't think people that are happy with their own life like constantly go and attack other people. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm just saying I got too much in my own life going on, and it took me all day to get to this video and everything. And I hope it records all the way through because of my cheap StreamYard. But I mean, the truth is, you know, I just have a lot of other real life stuff going on than to just be too wrapped up in all this YouTube drama. You know what I mean? Because this is like silly stuff that goes on that went on in elementary, maybe middle school. I don't even think this kind of stuff went on in high school, where if you make friends with this person and apologize to them, then you can't be my friend, kind of thing. This is ridiculous. I don't
Oh,
care
I know, Sarah.
if I'm
Mhm.
friends with somebody and they go in Jinkies chat, even if Jinkies and I never speak again.
Yes, we
Like
love Daisy.
Sherry,
I love
she can
Daisy.
go in Jinkies chat if she chooses to go in there. I won't think one thing different about Sherry. I love Sherry, and mine and Sherry's relationship has absolutely nothing to do with Sherry and Jinkies' relationship. That's what grown people do. That's how they act. But anyway, let's see.
I've always been gracious to her, even when she's always got in the middle of me and Daisy's fighting.
Never got in the middle, not one
I
time.
always was
Yes,
gracious
Debbie.
to her, and I always cared about
And have you been gracious to me? I mean, what does being gracious to me mean? I mean, after you got mad at me or before that because you never liked me to begin with? I don't understand it. And if you didn't like me to begin with, then I mean, maybe I guess you didn't have to be friends with me and you should have just said piss off or something. You
Mhm.
know? I mean, I don't know.
her. But every time there was a fight, no matter what panel it was on, and it was about me, she would join in and she
That's a
would agree
lie.
and giggle with whoever's having the fight.
I want somebody to come up with one panel that I've been on that I've said anything negative about Jinkies ever, except for the other night in Matthew's channel. I said, wow, she said we would call a truce and she couldn't even make it 24 hours. And listen, I think I felt like I was pretty vindicated in saying that because you broke what you said that we were going to do, you know? And before you got up there and did that, you should have at least contacted me and, maybe tried to hash it out with me or just tell me how you felt. You didn't have to go live and do it. You wanted clicks and views, I think.
Well, last that night when she come up on Daisy's panel, after not last night, but the night it's been about 3 4 months ago, and she come up on Daisy's panel and she was giggling and laughing and agreeing and apologizing and all this stuff and telling I was wrong and Matthew was right.
I
Just
never said
totally
that.
as a
Never said
friend.
that.
I know you business Harry Ballsack. I know you are Harry Ballsack.
The only thing I did say is it's wrong to dox people with children and give their address, but that wasn't Jinkies, so that had nothing to do with her.
Right? We know your press zone. And I'm gonna make sure that you're deleted. Hey Hash Brown, will you get rid of Harry Ballsack for good?
Oh, I'm not worried about it, Yanni.
Anyway, um, uh, she came up on the panel that day after me and Matthew had another one of our brawls that we have up on Daisy's panel, and she was agreeing with everything and talking down about me pretty much.
Oh
She can
gosh.
say what she wants, but I heard it, and I wasn't the only one that heard it. Many other people brought it to my attention what she was doing, and I was very upset. She made me cry. I was already stressed out because of what was going on between the situation.
Jinkies, you're not the only one that cries. You made me cry too, okay? So, you know, we can all cry. But the thing is, I'm not a victim. I don't play a victim's role. I'm a warrior. I'm a prayer warrior. And I'll still pray for you.
Who
I
blocked
will still
Debbie?
be praying for you
Unblock her.
because, um that's what I'm called to do. That's what I'm supposed to do.
And once again, here's Sayla up there stirring the shit up, as she always does. And
Put a one in the chat if y'all see me always stirring the shit up, please. Because if I do that, I don't want to do that. Um, but if I'm going to reflect on myself, then Jinkies, maybe you need to do the same and listen to what I'm saying, and
I
a
won't,
lot of other
Sarah.
people are saying. Okay,
Not no more. No more tears for her.
and I typed in the chat, I said, two-faced much Shayla. But I left it alone. And I actually just forgot about it because she's not that important to me. Because she's been doing this a long time.
I've been doing it a
And
long
once
time.
somebody does stuff like this to me, I'm sorry if I wasn't up there. Somebody
First, she said that I've been doing this a long time, and then she said it was 3 or 4 months ago, and it really wasn't. I mean, it was a long time ago when all that went down, and I don't know exactly how long, but it's been a while. And I mean, which ones is it? Is it I've been doing this to her for a long time? Because there's no evidence of
Yes,
that.
Connie,
And
thank you.
like
You
I said,
did.
if anybody can show evidence of that, please do. I mean, I know you can't. Nobody can because I haven't done it.
was talking about her, and I was going along with it, agreeing that she's the bad person and all this, she wouldn't be very happy with me either.
I'm not happy with you now.
I never
And
called you a bad
She made me
person.
cry. It hurt my feelings. Once again, that wasn't the first time that she did this. And
Okay.
And when other have I done it? Because like I said, you have not proven one thing. You have not shown one thing. You're the one that's been going around talking about me behind my back that I didn't know it. I haven't been saying anything about you behind your back.
so I left her alone. I didn't want to address it with her. I just kind of thought, well, she's not worth it to address.
I'm not
with her.
worth it.
I'll just let her be her. She can still come around and hang out or whatever, but I'm not going to get close to her anymore. I'm not going to be nice to her anymore, like I overly nice, like I was in the past or anything like that.
You sure weren't being
kinda
nice
just
to
gonna
me.
keep my arm's reach with her. So I never addressed it anymore. But it stayed with me. I was not happy with it.
You addressed it, but just behind my back.
But I said, whatever. Well, the other night, Sherry was insisting to bring Shayla up on the panel when I was addressing some of the stuff that, because when I was the Don B live that I did, I believe it was the Don B live, I was very upset with Don B and what he said about Christine.
Oh, and by the way, about the Don B thing, I got on Don B's channel and I read him a little bit about Christine myself. So I did know a little bit about that. I couldn't even remember what the chat was about because I got so upset the way she addressed me in the beginning and hurt my feelings. But yeah, I was very upset because I love Christine very much.
And Sherry kept insisting Shayla come up on the panel. Well, them girls, I didn't want Shayla in the middle of that beef because I know how Shayla is. She'd run back over there and she'll agree and go. It's in these little snipply ways of showing that she was being two-faced. And
okay, I don't know what girl she's talking about that I'm going to run back to because really the only other panel that I come up on is Daisy's panel. I think I've been on Diamond's panel one time. And honestly, the last time that I went on in Diamond's chat, I came in very late because I think my son came over. Sherry told me to come over there and, said she was going live or whatever. But, or maybe Diamonds did. I can't remember. Somebody told me. But anyway, I came in there, but it was late because my son came over for a visit. Okay. So, I was very late coming in there and I really don't even know everything that was being talked about. So,
but I would like to say this. I do stand behind Diamonds 100%. She is a ride or die. She really is. And there's a lot of you in here. There are. And I really do appreciate you. And the way she came after Diamonds was just disgusting the other night. That was just disgusting. She wished death on Diamonds, by the way. So, but anyway. I didn't say anything mean about her at all.
I didn't want her in the middle of the beef. She's already been this way to me several times.
Lie.
But I don't give her an
That's a
opportunity
lie.
to do it anymore.
This
and
is all lies.
I think she talks absolutely rubbish out of her mouth. Like, honestly.
And I talk rubbish. Well, most of what I talk about is the Lord. So if I were you, I wouldn't want to say that was rubbish. Now, honestly, me and Daisy do get on some rabbit trails and rabbit holes and stuff like that, and we have fun with that. But it needs to be told. I mean, to make people have critical thinking. thinking. And Daisy and I think a lot alike on a lot of those aspects. So, I do enjoy getting up there with her and, you know, talking about some of the
Right.
stuff that we've talked about in the past. And we've done a lot of good also on Daisy's
I
channel.
remember that. Yeah.
We've gotten up there and prayed for people and, done a lot of good too. In fact, the very
I
night
met
that
your
my son
chat the other
passed
night.
away,
The last
I
chat.
was up there until 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in
I
the
came in
morning
late.
praying with other moms that had lost their child. And little did I know that my child was already dead that night. And I didn't even realize it. But, you can have empathy for people and not actually go what they've gone through. But I wouldn't even wish nothing like this on anybody. But that doesn't matter to Jinkies.
Honestly, I can't handle it. Um, I can't do it. Her and I are not the same. Anyway,
That is one truth she did tell. I'll give her that. Me and her are not the same.
Oh no.
Because the way that she came at me and the way that she has gone behind my back and talked and done all this stuff, and I'm just acting like everything's just fine, and I think she's my friend, even though, I kept thinking, but I was thinking it's honestly because of the grief I was going through, because you go through different stages and all that, and I'm like, well, I'm just being too hypersensitive. But no, I wasn't. The Lord was giving me discernment, and I was not listening. That's what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that loves her, I give you love her. You do you. Hey, Yvonne. Hey, baby. You do you. You love Selah. I tried to, but I will not, under no circumstances, allow somebody to disrespect me as she did on Daisy's panel that night with Matthew.
Never disrespected her.
And be chummy wummy.
Oh, as a matter of fact, Matthew was calling her ugly and saying all these other things. And I was actually on the panel that night saying, Matthew, she is not ugly. She is pretty. She is pretty. But she does look different to me now. That's why I use that thumbnail. Because once you shed your skin or your mask moves and I see your snake behind it, no, I have already forgiven you, Jinkies. I have. Because I'm not going to carry this around with me to weight me down. I got enough of my real life going on. And you say that I don't matter to you anyway. So why would I, like worry about, this? I'll be just fine. I've got lots of friends on YouTube and in real life because I know how to be a friend. And maybe you should listen to this and learn that don't constantly go after people that do love you, because you're going to be alone one day. You're going to find yourself with nobody around you. You're going to run everybody off.
Lovey puppy with them. I will not do it.
But you'll do it with other people, not me. That
I
have
won't
treated
do
you
it.
badly.
And I don't care who likes it, knows it. If you don't like the fact I'm not going to be chummy with her, I can't help it. Because I'm not going to sit back and let somebody do that to me and be chummy and happy and act like I'm going to be friends with her. That's fake. And I'm not fake. Sorry.
Oh,
Daisy
really?
can love her as much as she wants. Go 45 and 2 zigzags. Baby, that's all you need. That's my girl in the house coming
and
in
I do
tonight.
love Daisy.
But I'm not going to be fake. That's two-faced. And I'm not going to be fake.
Really? Because you've been fake to me for a year now. But I honestly thought we were friends. So who's the fake one? Jinkies.
Selah wants to go do her thing. Selah, do your thing. Do your thing.
I'm doing my thing.
I don't care. Don't talk about me.
Well,
Leave
I
me
won't
out of your
anymore.
equation. Leave me alone.
I won't talk to you anymore after this.
Of course she is.
But I have the right to defend myself, okay? And that's only fair.
Don't follow me around in panels and try to come up and act like you're going to confront me.
Honey, I have never followed you around on any panels. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you mean by that. I will come up on Daisy's if she wants me to, and I will certainly go in her chat because I love her and she's my friend. But I have never followed you around to any other panels. I I don't think of you that often or that much. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, you were one of my friends on YouTube and stuff, and I thought a lot of you, and I've prayed for you many times, and I've, done things and helped you. And, I have tried to be a good friend to you up until here in the last little bit, in the last, like, what, week, I guess. And I'm just now getting to the, you know, uh,
because it's not going to work. Just do your thing. Do your little tiny channel and enjoy yourself. I don't care.
do my little tiny channel. Well, I kind of like to know the people that are on my channel, and if there's too many of them, then it's hard to know people personally. And I'm not going to do anything crazy to make my channel grow or anything like that. Listen, yesterday I actually celebrated 9 years on YouTube. So it's taken me 9 years to get 620 something subscribers. Okay. I'm not monetized. I don't care to be monetized. It doesn't matter to me. This is not my job. Okay. So anyway.
Well, except to be about my father's
a dig. That was just a low blow.
But yeah, just do it. I honestly don't care. Do your thing. Just don't talk about me. Don't come around me. Don't talk about me. Don't get on panels and entertain people that's talking about me, because I can talk back about you.
And I was not going to do that until you did this. Okay? So, I mean, really, I don't answer to anybody but God, and sometimes my husband as much as I can. But yeah, I'm not going to answer to you, especially when you don't adhere to what rules you have set, basically.
But I don't want to. I want to end this the way this is supposed to end. I want you to walk away.
But she's going live right now.
And you don't need to know me or be a part of me or be around me or ever talk to me again or anything of the above. Rest assured, you don't have to. That's the good thing about life is YouTube is gigantic. We don't have to know each other or like each other.
No, we don't have to, Jinkies. We don't. But remember, this was your choice, not mine, because I think you misunderstood evidently what I was saying. Hopefully that's what happened. And it was a misunderstanding that could have been taken care of so easily if you would have handled it like a woman instead of a child. When I was a child, I did childish things, but as I grew into an adult, I put away childish things. Okay.
Are you going to fever again, Hashi?
You know what? I'm just going to really stop it here because it doesn't matter at that point. Y'all can go look at it over on her channel, because it's redundant at this point. I've said pretty much what I need to say. I guess she said what she needed to say. Let me take this down. Hold on. Where'd it go? Because I'm going to do something else. Ooh, hold on. Let me take that down. Okay. Am I here? Okay. I was going to take that down because actually I'm going to show something really quick, and this is going to just kind of prove my point here. I really hope this is still recording because I don't.
And this is what I was trying. This is what I showed y'all earlier. So we'll try to get through it. But it didn't get to the part where I was taking up for Jinkies.
And once again, don't mistake my kindness for weakness. This is about somebody attacking them. Me taking up
7. I was like 17 when I started looking into this. I mean, not 17, 27. But seriously, like, I've looked at every possible angle, and I do mean every angle. I have looked at
you're right.
the neighbor across the street.
This is about summer stuff.
I grab them. But oh gosh, what is her name?
Let me find. Okay, I paused it so I could find it. I'm sorry. Hold on.
Music.
Because
we need some calmness on the YouTube street.
Talking about earlier. I was trying to find what I
figured that was the perfect song.
where I was taken up for, where I had proof that I was taken up for
I'm glad
Jinkies
y'all
on another
enjoyed
live.
that. And
Because I bring receipts.
we are going to talk about the John Bonet case a little bit today. But
I'm planning to.
first,
I do plan to.
I wanted to say that I love everybody. And I mean everybody. I might not like things some people do.
I've made it real quick, though.
And I might not want to align myself with certain people because of their actions sometimes. But that doesn't mean that I don't love that person and that I don't pray for that person.
Yes. Poor Daisy.
I want to make
feel
myself
so
clear
bad
on
for
that
her.
because, I'll do the little jokes. I have one planned for today so that we can laugh a little bit before we get into this heavy
Daisy's
stuff.
tried to tell us so
And
many
this is
times.
really just some good humor. And
I should have believed
kind
her.
of funny. My husband is the one that came up with the idea, actually. And he said, "You got to do this. You got to do this." So, hey, Michelle Davis, my beautiful southern neighbor. Hey, Tammy, how are you doing? I'm so sorry that I made y'all wait. And then my cats. Well, we have a female. And a male
Oh my
cat.
gosh, I hate that I have to go
Okay,
through
I
all
need
this. I
to
wish I
push
could.
this a little bit forward again.
Yeah.
Thought I was at the right place. Hold on.
I love you,
Okay,
long
I
cold
think
woman.
I found it.
Bye.
Parody, things like that. I can enjoy good humor, but like when Christine literally reached out and asked him personally, please don't do that. It bothers me. Just out of kindness, we really shouldn't do that. And like, honestly, if Nellie reached out to me and said, "Hey, half pint, I need you to stop,
Hey,
making jokes about that. It hurts my feelings." If she really meant that and came to me in sincerity, I would not do that anymore. But, I figured, well, she does this every day. So this is like humor and banter to her too, so I don't feel like it is being mean. If you're just saying, okay, well, if you're going to do this, then I'm going to join in and I'm going to make jokes about it too but mean nothing harmful by it. Like, I mean nothing I mean no ill will toward anybody. And I truly mean that. I think that Justin is pretty. I think that he has nice features, good bone structure.
That was from Justin and Christine. Justin was picking on Christine a while back. This is a year ago, probably.
Makeup and hair professionally for 30 years. I would love to be able to do his makeup. I really would. Just because, it's kind of like a artistic thing. You can't help it. Hey, late. Let me say this right. Lachey, is that right? 35? Did I say it right? And my tooth broke off. Oh my gosh. The other day I was eating something and it's like the wrong one. And it makes me sound like I have a list, but I don't. I'm going to get it fixed, hopefully.
Yeah,
well, his parody of Christine was an epic fail.
Email out there.
Well, I think long hair annoys him. Yeah, he was getting aggravated. And the truth is, that night, I was in the den. We were fixing to eat supper, and I was watching the big TV, but I had the YouTube on. I had YouTube on, and I just, how you can cut it on and see what live is on. So, and I am subscribed to his channel, but I used to watch him, here and there. Didn't really have a problem with it. Thought he was kind of funny.
Well, hold on. This is going
until
so
he started.
long. I might have
Daisy.
to do a
That's
part
when
2
I got mad
to show where I'm talking.
And I'm not having to do a part
basically,
2.
It's just showing that I, in fact, did take up for Jinkies and said something about, people going after Daisy or Jinkies, that I would.
I played that,
and I'm going to come up with part 2 for this because I think that's going to cut me off. Because like I said, I got the free plan because it's like $40-something, I think, for the next step up. Then I used to pay for it, but I don't hardly go live that much anymore or do anything anymore, so I'm just not paying it. So I hope this all recorded. I really do. I don't want to have to do this live because I don't want to cry. I don't want to seem like a victim because I'm not.
Debbie, if it's from Jinkies, you probably won't
like
get one.
If Jinkies, like I said, I mean, I'm cool with you not talking about me and me not talking about you if that's the way that you want it, okay? Now, like I said, I can forgive you. I've already forgiven you. But
that's for me.
I'm not going to let you just continue to just talk crap about me. Like I said, I'm a Christian, but I'm not a doormat, okay? And there's a huge difference. And I don't claim to be perfect ever, but I've had a lot of good times over on your chat and panels, and it does hurt me that
it did hurt me. Let me say past tense. It did hurt me.
More than likely over a misunderstanding that you just refused to address me about, and I wish you had have. But that's the end of it. And I love you guys, and I thank you for coming. And
I'm not cutting.
I won't say anything else about you if you don't say anything else about me. But listen, if you continue, you know, I haven't been a Christian forever, and I can escalate, and I can go back to my old self and revert in ways that I don't want to. Because I'm just telling you, in my old life, mm-mm, it would have been way different, way different. And I do pray that you find peace and you find happiness. And you did say one more thing in your life that bothers me. Um, you said something like to the effect of, I need to go find somebody to give me attention. Honey, I get plenty of attention. I have got children, 3 children left alive, and I've got 6 grandchildren. And I have a husband who we are kind of empty nesters basically now. And believe me, he gives me way, way, a
Plenty,
lot, way,
plenty.
way, plenty of attention. And maybe that's what you need. Maybe you need to find you a man and have him pay you some attention. Um, because I don't know what's going on with you, but you have really changed. Or, like I said, you had a mask up and you were a whole different person all along, and I just never knew it. Either way, it is what it is, okay? But I did love you. And I mean, I still do in a way, because it's hard for me just to turn emotions on and off like that. But,
It just got easier
you know, it
tonight.
is what it is. And I'm not going to force myself on somebody that doesn't want to be friends with me. And the way that you've treated me, I don't know that you deserve my friendship, but you'll get my prayers. But anyway, I love y'all and good night.
That was the end of
Thanks
the
for coming.
that was the end of the
And I'm going to remember to end the recording this time.
oh, I forgot to do that the other day. But yeah, that was the end of the you know, the video I did, because I was emotional. I wanted to try to get what I needed to say out. And I hope I've been okay with getting all y'all's um things up on the thing, because it was hard to talk over me talking over myself and myself again. But I thank y'all so much for being here and loving on me, and for blocking her and throwing her out. Because honestly, I did not go in her. She didn't even know I was there the other night whenever I was recording that, because she told me, y'all heard it, flat out told me, don't come over there no more. Don't do it. And so I said, okay, I won't. But whenever you basically came for me, you know the old saying, don't come for me unless I call for you. Because listen, you are lucky you got the new revised version of myself, the Sailor version of myself now. Because it would have been so bad. Listen, I think I might could have even hung with Diamonds, y'all. I'm serious. Me and Diamonds would have been like neck and neck, like in a horse race. Because I'm telling you right now, it is a blessing in disguise, Yanni. It is. And, you know, it is what it is. But I think God definitely, God gave me discernment finally. He kept trying to show me discernment, and I really did think it was just because I was being oversensitive because I was grieving. But no, 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 no. Wow, only did I know. I just didn't know. But that just shows you how loyal I am. I'm loyal to a fault, that I'll just like be blind to something a lot of times, because I'm like, surely somebody can't be like that, you know. Like, but I found out. Juice, what she's saying. Let's see. And I know a lot of y'all have had this very same experience that I'm going through right now. You know, I'm not the only one, so I'm certainly not the only target. Yeah, she is lying so bad. And I knew she was going to go live. In fact, I talked to somebody earlier. I'm not going to say who, but they said, hey, you might want to go a little bit early, because she's going to go live when she sees you're going to go live. And when I wouldn't let her come up here or come in here, then of course that's what she had to go run do. because that's what bullies do. They have to go run and hide because they can't sit there and take it like a woman. I sat there quietly and listened to everything she had to say, didn't say one thing, didn't respond, nothing. But I mean, she made everybody saw it. She told me, hey, Say, I tell you what, you don't come in my channel and you don't say my name or whatever and don't mention me and I won't mention you. And I said, that sounds good. And I mean, I was going to adhere to that. I was going to drop it and just ignore it, just dust my boots off and move on. I was, but y'all see, I mean, y'all already know. Most of you already know because you've been through it. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to listen to what? To Jinkies? I mean, y'all, it's just getting to the point where, I don't know. It's just getting really bad. And look, her mask has done fell off. And I mean, she showed it to everybody. Everybody. She may be a woman, but she's no lady. If you're talking about Jinkies, definitely not a lady. I try, I do. I try to stay neutral because if you stay neutral, usually if there's some crap that breaks out, like sometimes it does, you can come up there maybe and bring some peace to the situation, So I hate that I have to be the one, doing like this. And I still think I'm really restraining myself from what I really want to say a lot of times right now, even. Y'all just don't know. It's hard. Yep, all she does is lie and attack people. I didn't start the other night. I was in the bed. Yeah, I was asleep. And I sleep with my earphone. I sleep with my headphones on because my husband snores like somebody's cutting down a forest of trees. And so I have to sleep. But, I'll fall asleep listening to somebody like, Daisy in the past, sometimes Jinkies, or in the past it's been Chewy, or in the past it's been, just a lot of people. And lately Diamond started her channel and I've been on there before. And that's what I meant to say, Diamonds. I did come up on your panel one night. But I'm talking about the very last time that you went live. I came in there late because my son came and visited that night and he was fixing to leave and to go, to leave town. So I actually got in there really later than I wanted to. So I kind of don't know what happened before that. But regardless, I mean, look, I mean, I trust. There's some people that I just, I just kind of know. And and even the way she went after Diamonds the other night, calling her a chihuahua. Like, what is that? That seems like some kind of a racist slur to me. I mean, I'm serious, and I don't know if she did or she didn't, but I wish Daisy would unlock that. I wish she would unlock it because I don't know. I'm not going to say what I thought I heard her call Matthew. Let's just put it that way. But I think Diamonds might have heard it because I think I heard her say something like, "What'd you call Matthew?" And I'm pretty sure of what I heard, but I'm not going to say it because I'm not 100% sure. And I'm not going to lie on nothing nor nobody. And I'm not going to embellish like she does. I told me and my husband were talking earlier because, boy, he's hot too. He's really ticked. But I mean, that's the thing, Jinkies. I have a real life going on. YouTube's not my whole existence. I don't get on here and make crazy shorts with my face all up in it and that kind of stuff. I don't know what you're doing. I got secondhand embarrassment for you sometimes. I'm serious. Like, I don't know what that's about. And I just saw those lately.
Because honestly, I really did take like a pretty big break, an extended break. Yes, Debbie, knife wounds do heal. Yep. And I'm moving on too. I'm like the Jeffersons. I'm moving on up to the sky or deluxe apartment in the sky. Eventually, that's where I'll be. But if you don't change, mm, I'm just saying you might want to get to know the Lord just a little bit closer. Sure. And I hope some of this tonight has brought some other people back together, because I do believe that Jinkies has been the catalyst. Because, like I said, with all these fights and arguments, there's one common denominator here, and who is it? You can put it in the chat if you know what I'm going to say. But now, I'm not going to let anybody up that's going to be like starting some shite for Jinkies, because I'll have to boot you. I'll have to. I don't think there's anybody here going to do that. Hold on. Uh, let me see. Hold on. I hadn't done. Oh, okay. Invite. That's it. Okay. Let's see if this is it. I think it is. And I got just a little bit longer. My husband's about to, I think, starve to death over there. It's up. Did it go up? Did y'all see it? Yes. That was disgusting. Sayla didn't start it at all. Sayla was sleeping. I was going to sleep, and I heard my name, and I was like, and then she really went in hard, and I was like, oh, hell to the no. And I had to get up and go in the den and shut the door because my husband was in here trying to sleep. So I had to go in there in the other den, in my little small den back there, so that I could even, deal with that. I had to get up out of his sleep. I was sleeping good. Got it. But y'all did y'all see if the thing went out? Did the thing go out? Oh, I didn't call you. I called Jinkies racist, kind of, because I mean, she did say some racist things in my opinion. She kept calling uh Diamonds a chihuahua, and that's, I don't know. I just think I don't know. And other stuff. She said other stuff too, I'm sure, and I'm not going to repeat it. I do too. I wish she would, because I think everybody needs to see it. And Daisy had nothing to do with it at all. I mean, she had nothing to do with it. In fact, she kept dropping down. She was going to sleep. And I mean, it's just, I feel so sorry for Miss Daisy now that I see. I was Once I was blind, but now I see. I know, bringing up her husband and wishing her dead. That was terrible. I'm telling you, I was like, that's not nice. That's not nice. I said, I can't, I wouldn't say that to nobody. I wouldn't say that to even PG. Yo, I hate to, I mean, but listen, it is what it is. Did I not put the link out there? I thought I did. Hold on. Let me try again. Honey, what do you want to get to eat? You said. Huh? I'll do whatever. It don't matter. Just stick whatever. Whatever. I really don't care, because I'm hardly gonna eat half of it probably. Just get anything I like. Did the link go out there that time? Okay, I'm back over here. I'm sorry. I was trying to talk to my husband. He's trying to eat. I think his stomach's hitting his tailbone. You heard it? Mm-hmm. Okay, I did get the link out there, I think, Diamonds. Wasn't it you that asked? I think. There it is up there, right above Lone Star, what she said. Okay. Yeah, I do got a good man. I'm very blessed. And we have been married for 30 years. We've been together for 34. Jinkies, maybe take some notes. Get a man. And keep it. Keep him. See, it's not about getting one, it's about keeping. Y'all, I'm being bad now. Huh? Don't don't be blocking unless somebody's like being hateful, like really bad. And yes, that was Johnny. That was sickening. I just like to talk things out. If I got a problem with somebody, I either just ain't gonna mess with them, you know, or you know, I'll tell them. Like even me and my best friend, we just had a little spat, a couple weeks ago. Um, and but I straight up just told her what was wrong with me, why I hadn't been talking to her and stuff. Ooh, it's so hard. I keep trying to catch the thing and then I miss ones in between. I don't mean to. Oh, I didn't mean to miss Shawnee. That thing goes so fast I can't hardly move my fingers fast enough. And they're swollen. My blood pressure has been through the frigging roof. Seriously. Oh, yeah, those are the pills I take. Blood pressure pills, heart pills. Yeah, we're not going to be talking about Christine. Who said anything about Christine? Now, that's where I will draw the line. I didn't see that. If anybody said that, they better not. Because Christine, she is going through the fight of her, literally, the fight for her life. And I love Christine. We do stay in touch. And she's really going through it. Yeah, she's trying to keep her spirits up and she's really she's fighting it. She's really fighting it. But, she couldn't do her last treatment. And y'all, we got to keep Christine in our prayers. I mean, everybody, please, even if you're not friends with her, just pray for her. The Lord says to pray for everybody, even our enemies. And if, I can't believe that Christine would have any enemies, but I'm just saying, just pray, please, because she's really, really going through it. Diamonds, were you wanting to come up here? I'll drop that link again. The only person not welcome up here on my panel is Jinkies. Because she made it quite clear I wasn't welcome on hers. So, tit for tat. Look, I said it that night in the panel. I said, what comes around goes around. And here it is. You get what you get.
And Miss Sherry did take up for me, and she has never lied to me either. I will say that. Hey,
Hello, darling.
how you doing, my sister?
I'm doing well. Enjoying your show.
Well, how you think I did? Because I mean, I was trying to hold back.
Oh, I know. I know. I think you did wonderfully. And I did come in a little late because the time,
I
I
know
think,
I
was a
changed
little
it
off.
because somebody told me actually. They said you better go early because she's going to try to go live to take people from watching.
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
So that's why I did that.
No, it's cool. I just wanted to point out, um, she keeps she keeps saying that you went up there and attacked her.
Hmm.
And the only way to debunk that is, if Daisy releases
I
that
hope she
live.
does. I really hope she does so that everybody can just see it for what it is. Then there is no speculation about anything. Everybody's just caught red handed for whatever they did,
Yeah, exactly.
myself included.
Yep. And I really don't remember you. And this is what I told her, because she keeps talking about how we stood up on panel when Daisy ended her live, and I told her, I was like, Sayla, I've never heard Sayla say anything negative about you. I mean, granted, I haven't seen, all of your lives, and I've always been at Daisy's, and I may have missed a few of Daisy's and stuff, but me knowing who you are, I can bet that you've never said anything negative about her,
I
you
haven't.
know.
Not until now. I haven't.
Yeah,
No.
not until now, exactly.
Because honestly, I never thought nothing negative of her. And like I said, I kept giving her the benefit of the doubt, even though I think God was definitely giving me some discernment on some things. But I just kept overlooking it because I was like, nah, I'm just being too sensitive because I'm grieving. And, you know, I know
Yeah,
that can happen. And I just kept giving her the benefit of the doubt and the benefit of the doubt and the benefit of the doubt. And I was wrong. You know,
yeah.
I could
I
not
mean,
see past the mask.
yeah, it pissed a lot of us off the way she talked to you and how she admitted that, she stopped liking you a while ago. So I was just like,
Yeah.
dang. So she's been stringing you
She been
along this whole
she's been the
time.
two-faced one this whole time for a
Yep.
year. She's been two-faced for
Yeah.
a whole year and
Yeah.
talking to a lot of people behind my back. I found out,
Hmm. And the thing
and
is that, I tried to explain to her that, when someone personally takes their own accountability and owns up to what they have done and what they have said, it doesn't mean that they're turning against you.
yeah,
It doesn't mean that. It means, that they're an adult. They're grown, you know?
exactly. I
And
mean, I was just taking accountability because I was wrong for gossiping about something I didn't know nothing about. That was wrong of me.
yeah, yeah. And a
And
lot of people believed
it's
it.
true, and I did call out listen, I called out Sherry for, the address thing. She apologized, and I think even Matthew and her got good after that, and it seems like, that she wants to be kinda cool with him, sorta, but, oh, nobody else better be cool with him, but I think it's just jealousy. I really do. I do. I think it's 100% jealousy. All of this with everybody she goes after.
The thing is, Taylor, what I tried to explain to her was that, when I told her that she needed to apologize to Matthew, and she was like, "Oh, but I did," and I'm like, "No, you didn't." And what I tried to get her to see was that the apology she gave Dumplings the other day a whole apology for mentioning something that Dumplings had went through, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
And what I tried to explain to her is the apology that she gave Dumplings shouldn't be the same apology that she gives Matthew or anyone else,
Right.
because it's not the same. You cannot generalize an apology.
Mm-mm.
It has to be personal.
Right.
And she thinks that, oh, well, I already apologized. And I'm like, but you when you say I'm sorry for, not listening to the people who told me about, these snakes and stuff, and I'm sorry for going against, this and that. No, that's not what the apology should be. You understand what I'm saying? And
Right. Yeah.
you can't make someone accept your apology when
When you're not
you're not
owning it.
yes, you're not apologizing for the things that you've done, you know?
That's right. And that's what I'm saying. That's why I did that to Matt with Matthew. If I'm wrong, I am woman enough to stand up and say it. And I was wrong about that.
Absolutely. And the thing is that because you did that, that's in her mind, it's switched over to, oh, well, you know what? Sayla is siding with him now, and she's no longer my friend, you
But
know?
like we're in the fifth grade or something. Like I don't even think I acted like that. And I don't think I've ever acted like that. I don't care who's, I hung out with all different kinds of, people. I didn't hang out with just one group really. I mean, I hung out with all different kind of people. I'm just not like, I don't like little clique things. You know what I'm saying? And like I
Mm-hmm.
do got my close friends and all that, but man, if I have these friends or people that are just even acquaintances and they're like, "Hey, you want to go to a concert?" I'm like, "Sure." You know, if I
Yeah.
like the people that are playing, you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I mean, I'm just like that. I'm the easiest person to get along with, but don't start no shit with me and there won't be none.
Yeah, exactly. I agree. I agree. And that's why we've all like gravitated towards you because, you know, me personally, oh, excuse me. I feel like you and Christine have that in common where you guys want the peace and you'll be the peacemaker or the mediator,
Right. Yeah.
and
Me and Christine have talked about that many, many, many times. We have.
exactly. Exactly. And it's just like sometimes the mediator, gets the poop end of the stick, but
Usually. And
it is
and
what it
Sherry
is.
has tried to be the mediator many times too. I mean, honestly, and she's gotten it too.
Yeah. The thing is with Sherry, like I was saying the other day on my video, I
Because I know
think
Sherry's in the bushes. I know
yeah.
she
Oh yeah, she
is.
she is because she's been using her wrench tonight and I laugh at every time she times certain people out. But the thing is that, with Sherry, I love the fact that she apologizes, and she does take
She
accountability
does.
for
She is a
for the
woman,
things
and
that she
well,
does.
she's a
Yes.
lady, and she takes ownership.
Yeah. And
She knows how to put on her big girl panties. Not as quite as big Jinkies needs. I'm sorry, I had to just say one mean thing after the crap I've taken. But anyway, she puts on her big girl panties like all the
yeah.
rest of us do, and we just
Yeah.
take up for what we got to take up for.
No comment.
I had to just say one thing. I had to. It was killing me.
But yeah, I mean, I agree, and the thing
Listen,
is
and
that
I'm not a small lady by any means, but look,
I, I feel like Sherry either forgets that she apologizes or
she
she lets people manipulate her into thinking
she just
that
tries to be the peacemaker
she's
too.
being
She does.
attacked. Yeah, because she's apologized several times to Matthew, and then she'll go over to Jinkies and start talking crap and bringing up stuff that Matthew had said in the past. And I'm like, bro, like, I mean, an apology should mean like water under the bridge, and whatever. You know what I'm saying? Why you keep bringing
You
up
don't ever know,
the
Debbie.
same stuff? Like I don't know. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know, I know. But people are just different, And I mean, I can overlook some things, But this stuff with Jinkies, I'm sorry, I can't overlook. I mean, I can't.
Yeah, I feel
And
you.
I mean, and it's just been like so many people. It's not just me. It's just like it's like toy soldiers falling one by one. You know what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
she has a friendship with people like a revolving door. Really, she does.
Yes. Yes.
because she
Yes.
can't keep a friend. She doesn't know how to. She doesn't know how to be a friend. Like you and I have talked about how long we've had friends with people, that we were even young in elementary school
Yeah.
with.
Off of
We,
YouTube. Exactly.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, shoot, if I got a good friend, I'm going to hold on to them.
Mm-hmm.
She really
Exactly.
messed up with me. I'm going to tell you right now because she don't know what a good friend she had. Well, she going to find out.
Yep.
But, you know,
Yeah, I didn't think it was. I mean, I didn't think it was as serious as it was the way she spoke to you on Daisy's panel. To be honest, like I know she felt some type of way towards you, but when she attacked you, I was like, oh, this is even deeper than I thought it was.
yeah,
You know?
because I mean, I had no, I mean, I was completely in the dark and I looked like such a fool out there taking up for her while
Yeah,
she is just talking behind my back. But that's okay.
yeah. And I'm not gonna lie, yeah, we did, after like 15 to 20 minutes of arguing after Daisy deaded the line, like we did talk about a few things, and she said that she apologizes without the but because, I did mention I'm like you always apologizing and you always adding that but at the end. And she did, and I apologize, for the things that I said to her because I did go below the belt. I should have never brought up her parents and certain things. That's I mean, come on, I don't have my parents either, so I know how
I don't have mine
heartbreaking that
either.
is. Yeah,
So,
and but I was like, dang
but I
girl,
didn't
like
even hear
you
that. That
went
must have been
below.
earlier. How long
Yeah,
were
I was
y'all
like,
going before I came up there? I don't even know.
I mean, the thing is that everything was fine. Like she had dropped down, Matthew came up, and everything was going well. Matthew was joking around. Then she popped up after Matthew went up, and
Hmm. She's talking about me
Daisy,
following her around. It sounds like she follows him around.
and Daisy, I had told her I had asked Daisy to play the part of a prayer garden on my video. So Daisy was playing it, and then there was one part that Daisy wasn't understanding, which was the beef between H. Davis and Sherry in regards to his phone number. So I went up, mind you, she's already up there, so is Matthew, and I went up and to explain to Daisy what had happened between H. Davis and Sherry. I believe they talked it out and whatever. But Daisy wasn't aware because Daisy, she's always at work.
Yeah, and hold on, I
So,
want to say something real quick about Whitewood. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but
oh, no,
yes, her calling you ghetto and a grandma and all that kind of stuff. But look how beautiful you are. I mean, you are a grandma, but you look dadgum way better than her. And she's, you know, just got
yeah.
one kid. You've had, you know, kids and grandkids, and you
Hey,
work your
White
butt
Widow,
off,
baby.
and you're talented. And
Yeah,
anyway, I just
and it's
had to
just like,
address that.
yeah, she has a tendency of always bringing up that I'm a
So you're
grandma, and
not
I'm
the only
like,
one went below the
okay,
belt,
and
you know. Hmm.
yeah, it's true, and like I know, I know it was below the belt, and the thing is that I've always told Jinkies, like I'm the type of person I match energy. So if once we got it out of our systems of the
Yeah,
calling each other's names, and she calmed down and she started talking to me civilly, then I calmed down, and it was just like it was a conversation without yelling and the insults and all that other stuff. So I understood where she was coming from, and she understood where I was coming from. But she was still like I don't at this point I don't know if it's her lying or if it's that she really can't. I really don't. I don't know how to explain it. I don't think it's computing in her mind that it's not that we're taking sides. It's not that we're defending the person who you feel is your enemy. It's that
right,
we're calling out, what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And
right.
I don't think she gets it. I mean, it's either that she don't get it or that
Or she
she's
don't
just,
care. She's just
or she
so
don't exactly.
self-absorbed that she don't
Yeah.
care.
Yeah.
And I think that
So
might be more it, honestly. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, she might not be the sharpest tool in the shed, but I'm just saying, I do think she gets it a little more than people might understand. It seems to me, though, she's just very self centered and a little bit wrapped up in herself. You know what I mean? To be worried
Yeah.
too much about anybody else.
Yeah, and I even made a joke out of it when I was talking to her. I was like, well, we've been up here for a while. I need to get my day started, with me decorating some cups, and we both started
Yeah,
laughing and because that's what she said. She said, "You sit on your ass all day just decorating cups," and I'm like,
that's
"What?
hard work. Huh, I bet your back feels like a something other at night.
Dec- decorating cups? Like what the
Oh,
hell?"
you do a lot
But
more than that too.
yeah, and then we both laughed at the whole, because she was like, "Show your face. You have wrinkles all over your face, all over your
Yes, you
body." And I'm like, that's when I came out and I was like, okay, I may have a wrinkly face according to you, but at least my pussy
oh,
ain't uh, at least my pussy ain't wrinkled,
yeah, I know that's right.
And she started laughing. She was like, you said that. You really said that. And I started laughing too, because I'm like, bro, like you're gonna
Fun.
come at me. If you're gonna come at me hard, I'm gonna go at you harder.
Yeah,
You
you
understand what I'm
listen. You
saying?
expect to go low, like she expects she can just say whatever she wants, just like she did to me the other night and did all this. But tonight, oh, I'm the horrible person because I'm addressing it. You know,
Yeah,
she came for you, so if she's gonna go low, look, you're gonna get met with low.
exactly. Exactly. So I
And
mean,
she did go hard, hard, hard on
oh,
you.
she did. Like I said, a lot of us were surprised the way she came at you. Like I was just like, whoa.
And she
Like
was
this,
barking at you. The way she
yeah,
was calling you a chihuahua and barking at you. And I was
yeah.
like, wait a minute. I mean, I don't know. That might not be racist, but it seems racist. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, my thing is that you can call me whatever dog you want to call me, but just know that I could back up my bark.
I was gonna say, heck, I had a Saint Bernard and a Chihuahua all at one time, and that Chihuahua, I mean, ran that Saint Bernard all over that yard. And that's the
Exactly.
truth. I promise you, that is the truth. My
Yeah.
husband will
So
testify to that.
yeah. So I'm like, come on, like it's like I mean, it's just funny to me, like yeah, anybody can say anything on the internet, at the end of the day, but
I bet she
you
wouldn't
know.
say it to mine or your face, either one. I can promise
Yeah,
you that.
and the fact that she came out and on Daisy's live and she's calling me out like basically like pull up and I'm like, yo, you don't want me to pull up,
Oh
but
no.
that's the thing. If you have already put it out there in the public that if I was to ever show up around your area that you will call the law, like I have no respect for you. Don't tell me to pull up or call me out on a fight or whatever and and then put out there that you're gonna call the police on me. Like you really think I'm gonna put myself in that type of situation? Like, nah, you
Hmm.
know? So but at the end
Yeah.
of the day, I tried to explain to her, where the apologies need to go. Like there's, Debbie needs not that Debbie needs an apology, but Debbie deserves an
She
apology.
deserves one. I'm sure she
Yeah,
don't need one because I'm sure she
yeah,
is just fine, probably better off like I am
exactly,
and you are and everybody else. But
exactly.
people
And I
deserve an apology, but that don't mean they'll get
yeah,
it.
and I told her I was like the main person that deserves an apology is Matthew, and it's because when everything happened, when he was exposing Anne, he kept you out of
Yes,
it.
she did, Debbie.
She was trying to go up on panel to defend Anne and Dumplings, and Matthew was like, no, he didn't want her in the middle.
Hmm.
And she took it the wrong way, and
Oh,
we
but
all
she
saw
turned
that.
around and did something similar to me, but that was just fine.
Yeah, exactly my point. So it's just like, wow, like lady, like just apologize, take accountability,
And move on.
and don't generalize your apology. Like you can't just be like, well, I'm sorry for everybody I've done wrong. No, because you know what? The same way you mentioned Dumplings and her DV is the same way she mentioned, me and my DV and several others, and then Matthews and the whole doxing thing and all that other stuff. Like it's a whole different ball game, you know? Like
Right.
every apology should be different. And
And individualized according to what happened.
yeah, exactly. But you know, I honestly, we can't expect everyone to be like us and stuff. Because if I've done wrong, I'm going to apologize for what I've done wrong to you.
Right.
You know,
And like I
and
said, she said one truthful thing, and that was, we are not the same. Uh-uh.
yeah,
No, ma'am. We are not. None of us
yeah,
are the same as her over
exactly.
here. I'm just saying, because I know that you are definitely not like that.
Mm-mm.
And you do stand up and stand behind what you got to say. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is
Yeah,
as simple as that.
exactly. And if Miss Daisy, if you listening, please on private that live. We need to
Please.
show some proof, please,
Yes.
because the line that's going on is ridiculous.
I do feel bad for her because she's got to live. You know, that I feel
Yeah,
so
but
bad for her.
Miss Daisy, I feel like she we
But she
also have to be careful.
disrespected Daisy though on her panel, acting like that to her friends.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know,
And we have to, you know, because that's why like I had told Daisy I didn't want to stay up there too long. But then when I was explaining my part of the video, Jinkies was like, "Oh, you attacked me again. You were trashing me." And I'm like, "What? No, I didn't. I was
if
just
nothing
calling you
else,
out."
just, she needs to send that thing to Jinkies and let her rewatch it again and let her see
Yeah.
how she acted.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Maybe
know,
let her do some self reflection.
I was just calling you out for you mentioning, you know, certain parts of Dumpling's private lives. Like, yeah, you can call her names, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can go with the back and forth. But the
Yeah,
fact of the matter is the whole, you know, the domestic violence part, it shouldn't have
yeah. That's
been out
that.
there, you know?
Nothing.
Like
Nobody should
that
ever get into people's private lives and all that
yeah.
kind of stuff. That's just wrong.
Yeah. And like I said, you know, Dumpling, she be deserving some stuff that be coming out my mouth and coming out of some of our
Well,
mouths,
people can
but
have a little bit of
that
beef,
right
but
there.
when it, yeah, we don't go after people personal stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm just not. I would never hurt anybody or go after their children because I could say some stuff right now to Jinkies that, you know, would be, I couldn't come back from it. So I'm not going to say it, but I'm just
Yeah.
saying, you know,
I hear you. I hear you. So with that being said, I love you, sis. It was
I
a
love
great
you
live.
too.
I'm gonna
Thank
hop
you.
down. I love all of y'all in the chat. Thanks for coming through and watching
Yeah.
Sayla talk
Thank you
about
so
the
much.
truth. God bless you, and I'll talk to you later.
I love you so much. Thanks,
Love you,
Simon.
darling. Okay.
Bye, sis. Thank y'all so much for coming to watch the live, you know, because I know that y'all had a lot better things to do. And I appreciate it. And I do hope some of y'all others, you know, that have been struggling with her maybe can find a little bit of relief knowing that it's just not you personally, it's everybody at some point or time. So just shrug it off, dust your boots off, you know, and just let it be what it is. You know what I'm saying? And just don't take it personal because I don't know. Evidently, she can't help herself because she's over there right now, you know? And I just thank y'all, every last one of you, for being good, you know, friends and sticking up for me, even in Daisy's panel the other night. I noticed it. That did not go unnoticed at all. And I really do appreciate it. And I do plan on going some more lives and stuff because I am doing. I mean, y'all. I mean, y'all know you never get over losing a child. Um, but I'm just pushing myself to kind of come out of my shell a little more, and you know, forcing myself to just, you know, I just can't cry forever. I'll end up dead, and I've got other children or grandchildren, you know, that I've got to live for, and my husband, and you know, my friends here in South Carolina where I live, and also on YouTube. I do have a lot of good friends on here, and I realize that because a lot of y'all have helped me through my grief. I mean, and I thank every one of you for it. Y'all know who y'all are, and I really do. I thank you for it because I don't know how I would have got past the last 2 years. Thank you, Miss Chewy. I appreciate that. I love you. You know, I really do not have problems with people. I don't. If people don't say mean things to me, I really try so hard, because I understand we all are walking our own private personal hell most of the time. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying that, as long as everybody minds their own business and don't go like personal on people and like dox people and don't do things, like that, because that's just not cool. Because, like, I've got children and grandchildren. I don't want nobody to dox me. And I would never dox anybody else. And, Jinkies did block me as a friend on her personal Facebook. I will not say her name because I'm not that kind of person. Um, and I honestly, at first I was like, what the heck's wrong? I wonder why she did that. And then I was like, oh, well, maybe she just blocked everybody, off of YouTube because of everything going on. I mean, I was going that hard in trying to rationalize the things that I was, you know, seeing, because I just had a hard time believing it. But boy, when I was blind as a bat. But Lady Seven Up, I've missed you too. I hadn't been on here. Y'all can look at how many lives I've done, and it's hardly been any. I've only gone up on a couple of panels, to speak. I went on White Boys the other night. And I went on Diamonds, I don't know, a few weeks. I don't remember how long it's been ago. A few weeks ago. And I go on Daisies, and I did go up on Jinkies before. I have gone up on Miss Chewy's, but that was before I took my break because I took a pretty long hiatus. I've gone on. I'm trying to think. Um, well, y'all know if I'm going live on y'all's channels, but anyway, um, I go and visit other people more than I do lives because I feel like I'm boring, and I feel like people would rather probably just watch other people, but anyway, it is what it is. And like I said, I can't, you know, I don't plan on doing anything else or saying anything else about Jinkies. Um, I hope that tonight is it. I would like to squash it, and we don't have to be friends, and just keep my name out your mouth. Like I said, I mean, because I really do. I'm not kidding. I really do have a best friend that's husband is an attorney, and it will not cost me $1 to keep your butt tied up in court, and it will be called not the hungry goat, but hungry sailors. Hmm? Get it? I'm not kidding about that now. Don't talk about me no more. And I hope somebody that's friends with her, if they're in here, they tell her if she ain't in here or don't see it. Because it ain't going to be good. I'm just saying. I ain't going, I don't have time to play these little childish games, I don't. Thank you. I appreciate that. I felt like I did too. If she had not gone live Friday night, and look how long it even took me to do this, y'all, seriously, because I did want to calm down. Because if I would have gone at it Friday night, it'd have been bad. But I did wait until I calmed down because I wanted to be, the I don't want to say the bigger person, but the better person, and do it the right way. But she gave me no choice. She didn't. Jinkies, you gave me no choice. And if you're doing it again tonight, don't do it to yourself. It ain't worth it. You don't got the money to be tied up in court like that. You don't. You've told us all. You know, you've told us all. So save your money and don't go to court. There's no need in it. Just keep your mouth shut about me, and it'll be that. But anyway, I hope that's the end of it. Thank you, darling. My husband made me some fettuccine alfredo with some chicken. He's a good husband. But yeah, it is what it is, and I tried to handle this as gracefully as I could. And I just had to set the record straight because Like I said, I am a Christian, but I'm not a pushover and I'm not a doormat. And I mean, just stop it. I'm just warning you to stop it. Seriously. That's the best thing you could do. I know, Sarah, right? That is a good man. Oh, no, you didn't talk about Sherry, Lady 7 Up. I know you didn't talk about her. Did you? Like, I'm serious. I don't know half the stuff that's going on the YouTube streets because, like I said, I've been taking a break from my own mental health, and then I come back, and this is what I this is what I get for coming back. I guess things were going good until I came back, huh? And then that put a kink in things. I think she's also jealous of anybody that Daisy is friends with because I think she doesn't like Daisy to have friends because Daisy has actual real friends, that love her and like stick around and stuff. And like I love to go up on Daisy's channel and me and her talk about all this Diddy stuff and going down the rabbit trails and all that kind of stuff, but I'm just saying that the best thing to do is just let everything rest and die down. And Jinkies, learn how to get along with people, because you know what's going to happen? I'm telling you, I like blinked my eyes and it was like from 35 to now, this year, I will be 55 this year. And it just seems like yesterday, life is but a vapor and nobody is promised tomorrow. And I don't think that this is how you want to go out. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, we all got to meet the big man upstairs one day, and I guess if you're good with him, then you're the one that's got to answer to him. I have to answer for me. Everybody's got to answer for their own self. So if you can sleep at night, then I guess you're good, I know I'll sleep fine. But anyway, I love y'all so much, and I thank y'all so much for coming in here. Thank you, H. Davis. And don't be so mad at Auntie Sherry. She loves you. Please don't be mad at her. She thought that you'd, I think, want to talk to Miss Christine, but I'm not getting in the middle of other people's stuff. I'm just saying, because I know she loves you. But anyway, hugs to everybody, and if anybody's got any prayer requests, oh, okay, that's good, H. Davis. I'm glad. And you're a blessing. You've been a blessing to so many people. And I love every one of y'all. And I've been trying to keep y'all's comments rolling, and I hope I put most of them up there, but it is so hard to keep up with it. And then it'll say hide current comment at the top, and then if I don't get it fast enough, it'll hide y'all's comment, and I don't want to hide your comment on accident by trying to put it up there. And it was terrible. So I was just trying the best I could. I'm glad you're new here, Anita. Thank you for coming. I'm so glad you're a new sub. And if y'all aren't subbed, y'all can subscribe because we could all use some friends. And, usually when I go, it's different hours of the day if I go live. So there's usually not that many people in here and stuff. And we always have good fun and chat. And we always have a good time in here, don't we, Debbie? And Lady 7 Up and people that are in the bushes and whatnot tonight. And Polly Pam. Y'all know. I mean, some of y'all I know from Daisy's channel and on Matthew's. I met some of y'all the other night and from a couple times before. And even on, other platforms. And when I've been on Chewy's before and, I just hadn't, like I said, I just hadn't been on much lately at all. But I'm pushing myself and I'm trying, and I just love y'all, and I hope you come back. And the next live we have will be fun. Well, this was kind of, a little bit, it wasn't fun, but it was cathartic. That's the word, cathartic. But we'll have some fun the next live, okay? So keep your eyes out and your eyes open. You inspire me, H. Davis. I love you, buddy. Sarah, I love you. I'm going to go eat and get a smoke and enjoy my man. That's what I'm going to do. I love you, Diamonds, and Sarah and Pam and everybody. I hope I'm not missing anybody. But anyway, good night, y'all. Thank y'all so much for sticking in here with me. This has been a long one tonight, but it had to be done. Have a good night. And prayers for, if you need any prayers, drop it in the stream or drop it in the comments after I end the live stream, and I'll put you on my prayer list, okay? Because I've already got some of you on there. All right. Well, I love you guys. And Yanni, if you're still in here, I don't know if she left, but I love you and Chewy and Dumplings and Anita and Sarah and everybody. Love y'all. Good night. And White Boy's going live, I think. So grab you something to eat and go there and check him out. Bye. I'm not going to forget it to cut it off this time.